Because think about the pyramid, it's not working, let's say. It's a non-conducive. You're just sitting there in your cubicle thinking, I don't know what they're doing, right? Lack of awareness by top management. The top management that doesn't know what is happening at the operational level. They're really low morale. Huh? They're inactive. সকালে অফিসে আসে তারপরে বাংলা সেইং বাংলা আস্তে আস্তে ঘুরে টুরে মেজাজটা খারাপ চলে গেল দুপুরে বেলায় চলে যাচ্ছে কি কাজ করবে এদের জন্য তাই না মোরাল ইজ লো so non-conducive work environment because the lack of awareness of management doesn't care any intervention is ineffective. Okay? High rate of misconduct, public trust at risk.
Yes.
Am I telling you a story? You already know this.
No.
And I'm not laughing to make it a joking issue. It's a very serious issue. But I'm coming from a theoretical side now to say why it could be an issue. Because you just created a objective responsibility is not there. You created a structure which is falling apart. And the implication is public trust at risk. Public doesn't really care about these institutions that we have nice buildings, right? They don't care. They don't trust these things. This is very dangerous to democracy. This is very, very dangerous to democracy when public do not trust their own institution. Because they don't trust.
Sir, would you please mention about what can be the effective intervention for these of development? Yeah, lack of awareness of by top management. Yeah.
If you make this positive, conducive work environment.
Just make it conducive.
Make it positive.
The source. Make it positive.
Yeah.
So you're trying to do all this stuff, getting all this. Okay, let's go digital Bangladesh. I'm not saying it's bad. It's good. Let's do this. Trying to do all this kind of intervention, right?
But here,
it's ineffective.
here
It's ineffective, right? Send them to training, of corruption training, this and that, right?
Yes.
but no environment is there. Awareness.
বাংলায় কথা ঘরের খবর নেই
ঘরের খবর নাই
হ্যাঁ বোনের মোস্তা I'm actually enjoying the lecture because I can use some of the Bangla terms that you would understand, right? Yeah. And this is the case. The thing is, I am a very positive person. I think the examples I'm just giving for you to understand, but I think there are great things happening in Bangladesh. Okay? And there are positive people like you. Right? Because you see, we are learning from if you do not make any mistakes, you can never learn.
Right.
The only way to learn is to make mistakes. Okay? Because you can correct yourself. But if you think, I'm going to be the best of everything, and you try to be the best and find all the attributes and what are the how you become a leader, and I'm going to just follow this direction, right?
That will not work.
That will not work because you don't know how to make mistakes. You're not learning anything. You're just following the best, right? The best practice. But when you fail, you're just dead. You don't know what to do. You have not emerged out of the situation. And again, in Bangla, it's called Theke Shekha. You know?
বোকারা শেখে ঠেকে বুদ্ধিমানেরা শেখে দেখে
No.
ঠেকে বুদ্ধিমানেরা শেখে দেখে
No.
But this is, I reject that philosophy.
Yeah.
বুদ্ধিমানের বোকা রাশিয়াকে
So
ঠেকে
No, no.
that's a shortcut method, and
Yeah.
I completely reject that.
It cannot be the example of this.
Buddhiman.
Yeah.
So with respect to what you said, you know,
প্রবাদ
I know. But then you're telling the child that just see what others are doing, and then you will learn.
Best practice.
No, you do it, and you teach the other person. This is how you do it. Okay? So I think we're getting, because I don't want to give you heavy lifting words that you have to define. I want simple solutions, simple. Because this whole thing is very simple as long as you understand.
That is better.
Responsibility to citizenry, obligation to serve the public interest is to prepare a mindset
Again.
as if you might be required to stand before the assembled populace and explain your conduct. As if I have put you on the pulpit and say, why did you do this? Reza, why did you do this? And you say, all these people standing in front of you, I did this because of this. And they say, oh, okay, I understand. Right? Because you have that trust. Obligation to serve the public interest is to prepare a mindset as if you might be required. Every action you do, as if you have required to answer before Bolena in Bangla again. Allah kache jawab dite hobe, you know, Ishwarer kache jawab dite hobe, whatever it is. But it's actually manusher kache jawab. You have to answer to the citizenry. Why you did this? Huh? People are suffering, right? And you have answer. You got to be doing it as if people will ask you one day, as if they're asking you now. Why did you do this, right?
God is inside the human being itself.
Of course,
That's why.
of course. The positive side is in you. Human doesn't have any negative. So people are not born negative. They're born positive. It's just that we attract to things that might be negative, and that's how it happens, right? Subjective responsibility to look at this is the work of I have the Rebecca. It's a pretty well known in sociology, but I just showed that where the subjective responsibility is coming from. You know, values, effective behavioral, human cognition, beliefs, evaluation of our perspective, attitude, beliefs tied to situations. So, you know, it can be pretty big in terms of, it's by Rokia, 1970. It's a pretty interesting book that.
values are at the core.
Right, the core, right?
Yeah.
Right at the core. And then it believes, and then the attitude is sort of the exposition of the values that you really care about, right? And all these values, of course, they are positive things, but they lead to, so the values of honesty, openness, integrity can lead to beliefs of politics seeks power over people, politicians are manipulative, politicians are not truthful, politics is emotional. So the values of honesty, openness, and you see that if you care about that value, you see the politics are all these bad things the politicians are doing, and then you have your attitude is suspicious of politics.
False.
See?